Hello. Today we're going to open 9 cars from a bunch of different companies. 3 well, we'll see as we go along. The first ones I'd like to open are I picked up because I liked this car so much. And this is a Chinese taxi, TJ7-100. It's based on a Japanese subcompact and very fuel efficient. And it's difficult to tell because the Wikipedia, when I went back and reread it about this car and the history of this car, read a little bit biased to me. And so when I first opened this car and spoke about it, I talked about how it was a knockoff or derivative of the Japanese car, because that's how it was presented in the Wikipedia, and because these don't seem, they're by XcarToys, and the models don't seem to be licensed. And so those two things together led me to what is possibly a false impression, possibly a true impression, but certainly shouldn't be stated as fact. This is a beautiful model. It's very precise. The headlights are just great. It feels very slight and toyish, but that's honestly, aside from the fact that the wheels are, they're plastic, and they're really just bare minimum in terms of wheels. The casting itself is quite nice. It's not super flashy, but it's crisp, and it does what it does very well. Very small details are very precise in the printing. I like that a lot. And so I decided to seek out some more from this company. So, XcarToys. And this is the TJ7-100 again, but in the 4-door, well, this is also 4 doors. This is in the coupe model, I guess you'd say. Not a hatchback. For someone who opens so many tiny cars, I sure do struggle with car words sometimes. I apologize for that sound. Yeah, there's not a lot of information that I can glean from this. I mean, there is a lot of information on it. They do say that they're 164. And I have no reason not to believe it. I'm sort of excited to get the this version of the, it's got a different colored taxi sign too. That's cool. So it feels similar. It has that toy feeling, and again, the wheels are, it rolls well. It makes a very toy sound when you're rolling it on a hard surface because of the hard plastic. Again, the headlights are flawless. The lines are all really good. It doesn't have the badging in the back. is interesting, I guess. It's hard to see the inside molding. And I suppose I'm not particularly concerned about the inside molding. The yellow, I think that the yellow goes really well with the red, which I don't think that I would normally think. I think I'm just kind of in love with this car in both its versions. It's just very charming to me. And so, one thing that the Wikipedia article about I think it's called the Charade, did say was that its subcompact nature and low or high fuel economy made it very competitive against the other taxis at the time, which were mostly Citroens. And so I found a Citroen taxi from XcarToys, and it looks to have the same livery. I mean, it could be saying a completely different company, I don't know, but it's got a cool outline of the car here. Citroen, I know almost exclusively from Rally Sport, but I do have a Citroen. I just haven't opened it yet. I have in this Majorette Vintage Cars gift pack. I have I don't even know what it's called, but I know it's a Citroen. It's got the double carrot logo. And so this one is licensed by Citroen. And that makes me feel like perhaps I was out of line saying the other one was not licensed. But no, it's not licensed. It just says XcarToys. Okay. Let's see what we've got. Oh wow, the packaging has taken a step up too here. I wonder what the numbers were. Difficult to discern, I guess. Y202, year 2. Oh no, this is something different entirely. This is... Wow, okay. So, A, this feels more substantial. B, it's got rubber tires. The details are even more precise and small. Citroen ZX. It's got inserted tail lights as well as inserted headlights. And that Citroen logo is really good. It's got inserted turn signals underneath. Well, this is... I think that this came later. This must have come later in their production runs, like as a later model, because this is a much higher quality car. Just as precise though. I mean, these are... So this is probably the oldest one. I think this is like, I have the box around here, but I think it's like number 2 or something of the cars that they made. And it really impressed me. I'm Not sure which style of headlight I like better. They're both good though. And painted headlights to inserted headlights, that's a big leap. That's good. They do more on the sides, I think. The glass is just as clear. The wheels are the wheels and the taillights are the real quality increase, but it's interesting to see a brand evolve like this. Because this isn't like, I don't think this is a special, came in the same kind of box as this one, which has the same plastic wheels as opposed to these. So it's not like a premium version, didn't cost any more, didn't come in a different box. I think that the brand was just getting better. Well, that's exciting. It's got the windshield wiper. This is very cool. This Citroen. Okay. Wow. A very nice addition to that. Let's see how it rolls. I love the feel of a car that rolls well, which this one really does on rubber tires. It's a really tactile pleasure. Makes me happy. Okay, one more from them. Okay, so maybe it wasn't number 2. That might have been overstating things. This is number 154 from the company, and it is it didn't even say when I bought it. All it said was Beijing Taxi. And I have 2 of them actually. I'm only going to open one right now. So I have Beijing Taxi number 154, and then I have number 155, which is a different car and a different paint job, and yeah, different wheels, obviously. I'm excited to open both of them, but I wanted to, restrain myself so I can spread it out over time. I find that opening these cars is it's actually pretty therapeutic, and so I don't want to open them unless I'm gonna feel better because of it. Again, this feels very substantial. Oh, and it's much bigger. This is not a compact car at all. Wow. I should actually double check and make sure that this is 164. It may not be. My upstairs neighbors are bowling, I think. They're bowling human bodies. Will no one call the police? Doesn't say. Doesn't say if it's 164. Nor does it say on the bottom. The year that it was cast is 2018, though. And once again, rubber tires. And it's got like a metal flake paint. Like, they're really stepping up their game. Inserted, okay, it's a Hyundai, I assume, unless I'm reading that wrong. No, it's a Hyundai. Very crisp lettering, very precise casting here. Crisp lettering on the top, secure. Inserted taillights, though a little bit simple, not a lot of depth to it. It's an Elantra, a Hyundai Elantra. I'm a little concerned about the scale. I mean, it's a sort of a silly thing to be concerned about, I guess, but actually, you know what? It's not actually as big as I thought it was. Like, against a subcompact, you know, the part that holds the people is the exact same size. It's just got a longer engine and trunk. So this may be to scale, or close to scale. I wish I could tell. It doesn't roll so well. Oh, it does have shocks though. That's a new addition. The other ones did not have shocks. I was checking. Well, that changes things a little, doesn't it? Also, the door handles are really nice. This is an interesting brand. I was going to say that I wasn't as impressed by this as I was by this one. Because this one has all the charm of the charade, but, you know, with rubber tires and lens taillights and, well, I guess those are the main differences. But this one, although it wasn't licensed as far as I can tell, is an Elantra, has shocks, rubber wheels. I actually wonder if these wheels are accurate to the car, because they were different from the other car, the other green and yellow car in the box, and so I don't know. These wheels seem like they might be accurate too, like car accurate. I mean, obviously the black plastic ones don't. Yeah, I don't know. It's a whole new world for me. Okay, I'm gonna open the other one. Okay, so this is 155. It is not licensed, as far as I can tell. Our site overseas. Follow us on Instagram, our official account for our fans overseas, a place of us sharing the stories of our thoughts and on development and new products. Follow us on Weibo, knowing all the wonderful detail stories of XcarToys, plus the backstories of each of our castings. That actually sounds kind of nice. I like to know about the cars. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. Again, very substantial feeling. Rubber tires, different wheels for sure. Suspension, but not as much travel. This is a Jetta. Oh, this is a Volkswagen. I really like that front grille and lights. Again, I assume this is the same taxi company, so those are going to be the same characters. They are the same characters. These are much nicer taillights than the ones on the other one. Yeah. This one has shocks. It's got that little bounce. It's just got much less travel than this one. They don't fit in. So they don't fit in with these very well. But they're very cool in their own right. And I think there are a couple more of these green and yellow Beijing taxis in their lineup. So I might pick those up because, I mean, they look similar, but like, they're also very distinct. And this is a really cool casting of the Volkswagen Jetta. I really like it. I didn't know that's what it was from the box or ordering it, but it's a really pleasant surprise. And I definitely don't have an Elantra, so yeah, that's. I think it's fun to get surprised by like trying something a little bit random like this, like deciding, oh, I'm gonna try and collect some Chinese taxis. I mean, and then it turns out that the company that makes a lot of them, there's another company that makes them too, that I'm gonna open in another video, but this company that makes them is just like really precise and really nice. Like there wasn't a flaw among those. And I found these really charming. I found these to be cool castings of, and I'm gonna compare when I get maybe one of these Greenlights out, or this ignition model is probably the most accurate to scale. I'll compare it to these just to see if they're 164, which they don't say. And actually, let's open the ignition model now. So this is a Supra. An ignition model they're a fancy one. I only have 2 of them. This will be my 3rd. And yeah, they're a fancy one. They do a lot of cars that I have absolutely no interest in, but occasionally they will do a car that I do have an interest in, and the idea of having a super fancy version of that car appeals to me. And sometimes those 2 things happen, and the necessary 3rd thing, which is that I actually can afford it, which rare. So this is matte gold or semi-gloss gold, I think. Allow me to try and find the focus point here. Oh, there. Wow. Those headlights are gorgeous. You can see the bulbs. The grille is amazing. The hood, even the hood is amazing. It does not roll. This wheel does not even turn. There's probably ridiculous details inside, although I'm having trouble seeing inside cars today. This spoiler is kind of charmingly ridiculous. Like, it's a really simple shape, but it is enormous. Yeah, I didn't check if it was like a body kit company or something. JZA80. I'm gonna tell you, I don't know a lot about Supras. So this could be, I mean, it's not a stock Supra. Look how jammed down it is. The arrow looks cool. bottom's a little detailed, I guess. These wheels are really cool. Not only do the wheels not move, but when they do move, like these front ones, the brake disc behind it does not move. Like you're designing oh, I guess it kind of moves here too. You're designing a car where you know that the wheels aren't going to move, but you still make sure that if they do move, it's realistic. The brake disc stays in place. How does Ignition Model handle their... Wow. They actually put like finger space underneath the door handle. I think that might be, like, it's casted in. I think that might be the first time I've seen that. Like, it's not visible like this, but it's there. That's quite an attention to detail. The riveted bodywork, yeah, it's definitely from some kind of bodywork company. The taillights are good. I really love the like goofy Supra badging. I assume that's a Toyota badge right there. It's hard to see. Yes, that's a Toyota badge. And an additional goofy Supra badge. It's got a roll cage. This is very cool. The attention to detail is really nice. I appreciate it when that's a priority. You know, instead of just making something that has flashy colors or the car that they made, that this company made, Ignition Model, like I said, I only had two before, and they are this one in the matte blue and this one in matte pink, and they're just gorgeous. I just absolutely love them. I'm trying hard to figure out how I feel about this one though. It has a great attention to detail, but I think that following it up with, or from, these Chinese taxis, which were maybe $5 each, and are just as pristine, like just as detailed, and they don't have the brake discs. That's true. I doubt that they have the room for fingers under the door handles. Also true. However, they are really, actually these door handles are pretty good. It's just hard to get excited by slight improvements. And I don't really like the color. But also, those are really cool. This is cool and cost more. And yeah. I guess you shouldn't judge things in terms of comparing them to other things. Like, you should judge it in terms of its own merits. And this does have a lot of merits. And if I had more affinity, I guess, for the Supra, part of the reason that I went for this car was because I wasn't super familiar with the Supra, and I thought that seeing it at its best, which I thought maybe this would help me to appreciate it. And so I'll probably revisit this. Now, obviously I'm not going to throw it away, but right now I'm going to move on. And I'm going to move on to an Inno 64, which is another, I'm going to do 3 premium brands. Inno 64 is next with a more simple car. This is, I believe, the street version of the RS 500 Cosworth. They also do a race version. So, oh look, it comes with alternate wheels. They're alternate, right? Yeah, alternate wheels and axles. And actually, these are pretty cool. These are, where's the focus point? I'll show you them in a moment. I have twice now tried to change wheels on a die-cast using the, like, one of them came with a kit for changing the wheel, and I still messed it up. So I'm a little gun shy, to be perfectly honest about that. So these actually look quite cool. They're like darker and they have like a bit of black wash in them. But it is the car we're here to see. And the window doesn't look properly attached, but honestly, you cannot see that with the naked eye. It's because we're all zoomed in. All right, what do we have? Sierra Cosworth RS. Ford badging. These lights are amazing. These, yeah, I mean, these are the best taillights all day, easily. I love how Inno does this, like, weaving the silver so it looks like it's going in and out of the parts of the car. They definitely do the insides nicely. They have a gray dash, black wheel, black seats. In their racing cars, they have like harnesses and things. The headlights are interesting. They're 2 different sizes. I don't mean one to the other, I mean each one has 2 lights, and one's rectangular and one it looks like a little square. And is that Sierra RS badge like off center? It seems off center. It's definitely off center. Is it just a sticker? I shouldn't be picking at it. In any case, that's definitely off center. But that's okay. I mean, it's a very cool car. Nothing to write home about with the, I think these might have brake discs too, even though you can barely see them. Nothing to write home about with the door handles. The rear view mirrors have a bit of actual mirrored something in them, or the side view mirrors. It has a rear view mirror, which I always forget to check. This this really iconic spoiler looks good. I've noticed with a few Greenlights lately that that breaks really easily on them, and I mean that they need to be glued and stuff, and it's ridiculous. No, this is a cool car. I might pick up the racing version. Yeah, I mean, aside from that slight window issue, which I will never notice again and forget about probably 10 minutes after uploading this video, yeah, this is flawless. It's a flawless version. Well, okay, one flaw. It's got that off center, but very cool car. Very cool car. Yeah. I really like the Cosworths. Okay, this is the one I've been excited about. I've had this one for a while, and I've been excited but also worried about opening it in case it's not as cool as it looks. So this is from Pop Race, This is from Pop Race, who I didn't know what to think of, to be honest. I feel like I had a bad Pop Race car early on, but then in the interim, this says the Flying Sausage for some reason. Oh, it says it on the car too. I guess that's the reason. But then two of my favorite cars of recent times have been Pop Race cars. So this is the Toyota Celica GT4 Safari Rally winner, number 3. And it is very different from any of the models that I've gotten so far. And I'll show you why. It has got so much stuff on it. It's got the spare tire, which is oh my god, it rolls. It has this tiny little antenna. It has a snorkel, fog lights that look great, headlights. I don't know what this Flying Sausage is. Trust Bank Safari Rally is not a rally I'm familiar with. It's got mud flaps, which is hilarious on a rally car. These taillights look great. Michelin, Castrol. The Flying Sausage. Look, it's just, you know, it's got a roll cage. It's got both seats for the driver, co-driver. The snorkel's amazing. This tire, amazing. It does the Inno64 thing of weaving the silver through so it looks kind of realistic. The tires are great. It rolls really nicely. I mean, it's a really funny looking car on account of all this stuff. But it's also practical. Like the grate in the front. sorry I'm silent here. I'm just like taking it all in. You know, the seats have harnesses on them. The spare tire is the same tire as the car is driving. I really, just everything about this is great. It's got such a strange, and I think it's because of this additional stuff here and this, but it gives such a strange silhouette impression. This is very cool. This is a very cool car. Okay. So the next three cars we're going to look at are all from Greenlight. And they're from a Greenlight series called the Carrera Panamericana, the Pan Am. And they're from Series 3. On the back, it gives you some information about the history of the Mexican road race. You can pause it and read. And these are all from different years. So this one's from 2010. I don't know, I think that's just a sticker. Then there's a 2017, 2008. But let's start with the 1974 Datsun 260Z. Sorry about that sound. I just want to see if this is anything. I don't think it is. Doesn't even appear to be a sticker. Okay. Okay, well, right away that's cool. It's different from the wheels, but you know, having it under the glass is cool. And perhaps that was the wheel on the first casting of this particular car. Can I just open one Greenlight without having to fix the car on camera? That would be nice. All right, well, let's pretend there's nothing wrong. Okay, so I think this one opens backwards. Does it? All right, first we'll examine the Studebaker. I don't know what that is. Maybe the driver. Although I assume this is the driver. I can't read that, sorry. 260Z. I mean, it's got a really cool silhouette. Actually, pretty similar to the like modified silhouette of that Celica we were just looking at. Yeah. It's got like attached but painted, not clear plastic tail lights. It's these headlights are actually really good. for like long headlights. Some companies have a lot of trouble with these. It does look like this whole section is meant to be removed, not off the car, but like if they want to make a different year of this car and the front's different, they just remove this and they put another one on, and I think that's how it works, and it's kind of cool. It's smart. I always appreciate it when there's like smart engineering things in all right. I don't want to bust the paint here. That's not supposed to open. Does it open the other way? No. Why would you do me like that? Like that's clearly tooled to open. But it just doesn't want to. Okay. Well, aside from the tire being kind of gunky, this is a pretty cool car. Oh, rolls really nicely. You can hear it. It's like a little zip. That's very nice. And I'm gonna be honest, I love this color scheme. The red and the green and the darker red and the white. And I'm a sucker for rally badges all over things. So I guess I'll keep this out in case I have to open another moving part. Up next we have the classic Volkswagen Beetle, which is a bit vague. This is from the 2017 rally. Oh, it goes much more minimal. Much more minimal. Painted headlights and taillights. There's the rally badge. Wow. Doesn't roll so well. Is there a reason for that? I think it's a bent axle. I do not know how to fix that. I guess I could Google it later, but I'm not gonna be able to fix it now. I really like how simple they went with this. They're just like, yeah, I'm just put my number on the side. Let's do this. Let's rock and roll. Also, I don't think I've ever seen the Volkswagen badging up there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to say about it. It's simple and cool. Volkswagen wheels. I also haven't seen that. Like the VW right on the wheel itself. One to go, and this is the one I'm the most excited about. Studebaker Champion. Actually was a little disappointed, not in this car, but because there's supposed to be two of them in the box, and the other one was the chase car, like the green machine with the neon green bottom and the neon green hubcaps. And that's cool, you know, getting like a treasure hunt or whatever, but it was like the one car that I actually really wanted. And I don't really collect those. I really like the way this car looks. I just like its profile so much. painted front, painted back. These rubber tires. Oh, why doesn't it roll? I bet you that green machine rolls. I'm gonna have to figure out the bent axle thing and see if I can figure out how to fix it. But this will still look good in my collection. It's gorgeous. It's yeah, and it's my first one. I have a ton of Studebaker Champion pickup trucks. This is my first. Let's see, now I'm worried that I've got it wrong. No, yeah, this is my first Studebaker Champion. It's gonna look good on the shelf, even if I can't get it to roll. All right, well let's do a quick rundown. We did a lot of cars today. A lot of good cars. Okay. So I already owned this, so I'll put him back here. And this was a disappointment-ish. Not a disappointment, but it was a disappointment, which is a shame. Okay, let's do it the other way. This is very weird, very cool. This is snorkel and it's so kitted out. It's ready to go. Studebaker Champion. I mean, amazing. Might become one of my all-time favorites. Cosworth was cool. Datsun might go here. Datsun was very cool. Volkswagen was also cool, but not very, very cool. I don't know what to do about these taxis. Because I don't want to pick among the taxis, because they're all exactly as cool as each other. Although, that's not entirely true. I mean, I've got personal preferences. This Jetta with the slightly less good shocks. Yeah, and the Citroen. The Jetta and the Citroen. Because the Citroen was the step up in quality to the rubber tires. I really think, yeah, I really like that Citroen. And then this Volkswagen Jetta, it's just, I love it. I think it's great. These two are also wonderful and complement the rest of the collection really well. So I don't know. Okay, well this is definitely in the like top 3. Or top 2. Let's do top 2 this time. These two. The Citroen Chinese Taxi. Beautiful. High quality. Really precise. Just really done with precision and care. Very much like that from XcarToys. And from Greenlight, some rolling issues, but aside from that, just a gorgeous casting and paint job on this Studebaker Champion for the Pan Am. And the black's just, the black with the rally, with the rally badges and stuff is just, it's just gorgeous. It just feels perfect. Honorable mention to this Volkswagen Jetta, which is just really nice. And the first Jetta that I've got, and the metallic green paint, and the Chinese taxi livery, and I'm definitely going to be seeking out more of these, the Beijing ones. Thank you for watching. I hope that you have a good night.